Yeah, your boy 12. New York next up is Bowery Showroom. Wow. This is your boy 12. NYNU, New York next up. In the NYC right now. Ready. Wow! It's not a vibe, it's a big vision. What up YouTube and all my YouTubers, it's your boy 12 Vision. Y'all know the vibe, big vision with one of the biggest visionaries coming out of NYC. New York, next up is my boy Matt in Bowery Showroom. We are here, salute the kid. I just want to ask him a quick question for you guys, for all the youth that's out there in the city. How would you go about getting into the fashion game like this? Because this is just not, this shop, this showroom, your Bowery space right here is not a normal spot. It's like a cool spot. Right. It's like a go-to spot that really get drippy, and you bring a lot of culture here. You bring a lot of style here. Like, how, just for the youth, how would you go about this? Like,
I would say just get started. Don't think about anything. Just do what you feel is right, and just execute. Right?
Execute.
Like, for me, perfection is the enemy of action.
Wow, I like that.
So if you're taking too long and you're thinking, you know, should I do this, should I not, what are people going to think, then you're never going to get started. That's the biggest piece of advice. Just do what you feel is right and just go for it.
And you really just went with the flow. This is, I remember you was telling me earlier, the last time I interviewed you, like, this started like your closet, your bedroom closet, like your drip coming out the crib, and now it's just booming with style, bro.
Exactly. So it started as a mood board page on Instagram.
Serious?
So the Bowery Showroom Instagram used to be my mood board.
You serious?
I swear to God.
Oh,
so
dope.
Then I took my stuff from my closet, I started selling it on the streets, and then we mixed it in with the Potion brand, and then that's when I posted my first video, like, oh, we got drip, we got edibles, blah, blah, blah. Boom.
And then we're ham.
Blew up.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I love your store and I love the style of it. Like, it's just, it brings, it's new New York. It's New York right now. What's going on? And that's why I respect it. That's why I support you so much. Any type of reposting or anything I could do for Bowery Showroom, I love to be a part of it because you got so much style,
that's
bro.
Love.
And I appreciate you and I love your drip, man.
Appreciate you, man.
All the time, man. Salute my man, Matt. He's an entrepreneur, visionary, man. This is Bowery Showroom. New York next up is Bowery Showroom. We here, man. We saluting him and we supporting him. So always come out and show love. All right, so just tell me a little bit about yourself. You're from the city, aren't you?
Yeah, so I grew up in the Lower East Side and in Chinatown. I've been hustling, selling sneakers and selling clothes since I was in 7th grade. Right. A lot of the people that I work with now are literally from my middle school and my high school. So I opened up this showroom to just highlight creators and, you know, young creatives especially in New York, but now we're expanding and we're trying to bring in independent designers from LA and Japan and even Paris.
What made you get into fashion the way you did? Like,
fashion is crazy. I mean, it really started when I was in high school, right? I was in Soho and I was just hanging out on the streets. So I didn't go to a fashion school. I didn't go to, you know, I never had any formal training in what to wear and shit like that. I never had a stylist, right? So it was pretty much just me being on the street, looking at people's outfits when I was in 8th grade, and then, you know, just studying the trends and, you know, buying and selling kicks like everybody else was at that age. So from there, you know, I really just took it upon me to open up a showroom where I pretty much just put half the stuff in my closet up on the racks. I had a lot of friends that had their own brand, so I decided to give them an opportunity to put their shit on the rack so that they can get more exposure. And then it just blew up from there. You know, we started putting out what we were doing on the internet, especially on TikTok, and that just blew up for me. And so when we finally opened, we had 3,000 people lining up, and it was insane.
How I found out about Bowery Showroom was in the street, literally walking down a block and seeing so many people in front of the store. Next thing I know, I look it up on Instagram, I see celebrities, Fab, he's from the city, standing right in front of the store. I said, okay, we gotta see what this is about. Next thing I know, I see on the gram, my friend is throwing a pop-up at Bowery Showroom. You feel me? So we're gonna check it out inside, see how it's going.
We have pre-roll joints. This is hemp flower that's grown straight from Oregon and California. And then our star product, which are gummies. These are really good. This is pretty much what took us off the ground. So the gummies blew up in 2018, and then literally from this package that didn't look like this before, created everything you see here. So we wouldn't be here without these gummies. And then we also have some roll-on balms for if you're sore and if you're in pain. These really help. And then shout out to my boy AKB. He did some custom designs on these spirit bottles. The Henny one is my favorite. And yeah, and then this is some of the photography that we have. A lot of the branding is based around brightening your aura. So that's why you see all these colors. A lot of these models are actually our friends. So we were also able to put them on through, you know, even the cannabis brand and just shouting them out and giving them some type of modeling career. This table here is where we place most of our accessories. It's meant to be repurposed into whatever we want it to be. So when we designed the space, we actually made it modular. So these wheels are attached to both of the racks. They move out when we do some type of, you know, pop-up takeover. You know, one time we had catering and we had a bunch of tacos on this, and then we had like a screen printer on this. So in the daytime, we keep it as an accessory build out. And we can move back here too. So this is a gift and a statue that was created by my boy Chris. His at is Honor Roller. He blessed me up because when we started out, it was a crazy story. We were in Bushwick and we had a bunch of the clothes in like garbage bags, and it was all fucked up. And you know, he had a studio where he was building a lot of these things, and I just happened to walk in one day, and I'm barely there. So that one moment his door was open, I said, "What up?" And then he found me on TikTok, and he blew up on TikTok too. And then when we opened, he was like, "Let me bless you up."
What's his name again?
Chris. Honor. His at is Honor Roller.
Wow.
He's the homie.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's super dope. Super dope.
And then we have this glass display here. This shows a lot of like our grails and our vintage pieces. We have some Chanel shoes, Bread 1994 Air Jordan 1s. These are custom off-whites from my boy Basil. And then a Gucci dog bag from the 80s.
Wow.
Yep.
It's literally a dog bag.
Yep. Wow. And we fixed it up and everything. So it was all fucked up, and we just got it stitched up, and now it's like an artifact in the showroom.
Nice.
Yep.
Super nice.
And then this part is the showroom. So this is where we keep a lot of our independent designers, but not only that, we've sectioned it off to pay, you know, kind of respects to some of the independent designers that we have, and a lot of them are also in this middle rack, but here it's all sectioned out. You can see here that a lot of these items are Japanese. So we get a lot of our clothing from Japan. Mm-hmm. This is a Capital sweater that we just did a photo shoot in. It's one of my favorite ones. And then this is a shirt from Gallery Department, which is a big brand out in LA, and they're about to blow up. This is cool too. This is Hidden New York.
Yeah,
so
you know, Hidden is
right.
It's extremely hard to get Hidden. They got Gallery Department in here. The fucking Capital. Excuse my language. That's drip on drip, dripping.
Right.
Bowery Showroom.
Bowery Showroom. Right. And then so we have, you know, this is an independent brand called Karma. This is my homie. I found him on Instagram, and then I met him in real life, and he was the homie. He just gave us a bunch of stuff, and he's been doing really well in the showroom. And then this is a piece from my boy Roy. His brand's called Recluse, and we just did a photo shoot with his stuff too. We're gonna do a pop-up for him in 2 weeks, so he's next up as well. So we want to showcase pretty much a lot of these guys that are either my friends or people that I meet through TikTok or the showroom, and really just highlight them in the space where you can create and springboard your brand and your personal brand out of here. So this too is all dedicated to like band tees. So we're really big on like collecting vintage pieces too. Like this one is crazy. We had some guy harass us for this, but we just didn't want to sell it to him for a certain price. And, you know,
the back is crazy
right?
too.
A lot of really old vintage band tees. Just paying respects to the true vintage game as well, and show them that we're not just in the fast fashion space, but really understanding the garments and the pieces and the era that they were popular in. Because a lot of these items are pretty much setting the trend for right now. And so to have the pieces from the original era is really cool to show, you know, play side by side something that might be trendy in 2021, but then also trendy in 1980. And these pieces are mainly timeless, so, you know, these never go out of style. And if you really know what you're looking at, you know, these are for like the true collectors.
So do you guys let vintage shoppers come in here and drop off pieces, or like, so you could come in and just drop off pieces?
Yep.
And what about the resale? Do y'all resell? Like,
we resell too. I mean, we kind of consign items here and there.
That's what I meant to say. Consign.
Yeah, we consign items here and there, but for the most part, we like to do our own sourcing.
Understood.
So a lot of it is like from, you know, the team and the buyers that we have in here, and we have places that we snipe pieces from, and we have people that either come to us with garbage bags and cars full of stuff.
Like, I would love to say he's in the city, so any vintage shopping, thrift shopping, he's in the heart of NYC. Everything come through the city first, and he's getting his hands onto it, and he gave it to y'all, the people, like right here in Bowery Showroom. So like I said, it's like no gas in it, no putting a hype on anything. This is one of the hottest stores coming out the city. That's why I had to come and ask for the interview. NU, New York next up. Your boy Matt, his creation, Bowery Showroom.
Yes, sir. And so here's the table that we pretty much have. This is our famous table. So this is a table full of trucker hats. We had a bunch of people come in being like, this is just a table full of trucker hats, right? So this right here is my boy Karma. He blessed us up. He's an independent designer based out of New York.
Okay, that's dope.
These are exclusive trucker hats from a brand called La Ropa. They're based in LA.
All right, so that's where I always see this brand is kind of like hitting right now.
Yeah.
What's the name of it again?
La Ropa.
La Ropa, okay.
Yeah.
They making noise. Shout out to you, La Ropa.
Yeah, shout out to La Ropa. They gave us the exclusive slime green colorway. These guys are the best, and they're about to blow up too. And then we have Riddle hats. This guy is really next up. I mean, you're only really seeing these hats on certain people because you can't really buy them. Right. So we were gifted these from some of his friends, and this is their exclusive Miami colorway. So a lot of these colorways that we have are exclusive to the showroom. And then this is one of my favorite brands, Wish Me Luck. I'm about to meet the owner for the first time on Friday. They're blowing up not only on TikTok, but in LA like crazy. They're placing these on a lot of really cool celebrities and influencers. And so we just got their exclusive drops, and every time they sell out, we get their stock. Yeah, so
exclusive. You are the exclusiveness
of
right
course.
here, NYC, y'all.
And then so, you know, we got New York, we got LA, we got New York, and then we got LA here. And then shout out to my boy Noe from Ghetto Friends. We just hosted his pop-up. If you take a look up there, this is a leftover from his pop-up. And this is like 5 yards of exclusive distressed denim that he took from Selvage. And so, you know, we hung this up, and this is just a gigantic pair of jeans.
Wow.
This is Psych World. They're a big brand out in LA. Shout out to Jonah and Zach. They have a bunch of cool exclusive pieces. This is from their archive drop, and so they did a pop-up in New York, and they just dropped off a bunch of stuff for us. It's a female-focused skate brand, and they do a lot of cool work in the socials and like social wellness and just giving back to the community. So they really had a great brand synergy with us, so we were happy to stock them and host their pop-up. This is a donation from Colton's homie. It's a custom rug, it's a cause rug, and you know, he's out in Massachusetts, and so now he came from one of our pop-ups and he got a lot of inspiration, and I think he's moving to New York just because he had his piece up here and he just saw a bunch of people looking at it, and that gave him inspiration to move out here. So shout out to him and shout out to New York and what we can do for them.
Right.
So this is the lounge area. This is where a lot of the staff works, but we kind of designed
cozy,
right?
Extremely
Manila
cozy.
pillows. Girls Don't Cry from Japan. Original Rose. I met her at a street fair. And then the Louis and Fendi pillow from my homegirl Victoria. She's a great designer and she wants to get into the space, and she donated that to us for our opening. And then if you want to take a look at some of these photos as well.
Classic photos.
Classic photos. Shout out to T. Eric. He gave us all of these posters. I think he's placed in Lands and Privilege too.
Absolutely.
So he had to show love the same way, and he gave us my favorite, the Missy one.
Mine's is Big Pun.
The Big Pun one too. So he's the photographer that actually took these photos.
I know.
So he has exclusive rights to all of these photos. So you know, when he came and showed love, you know, he's been around. He's one of the OGs. And for him to show love to a new and contemporary store by the younger generation, that's what it's all about.
We all a collective. We all in New York, and we just all here for each other. So.
Right. That's probably the best thing for me right now. Like, just changing the culture in New York. I remember when I was waiting online in Supreme, no knock to Supreme, but like, you know, we would go inside and nobody would really look at us, and we were amazed by the store, but the vibe wasn't there. And I feel like, you know, even in music, there's a lot of competition, like you said, right? It's very cutthroat in New York, but you know, the culture can change now because we're out here shouting each other out and working with each other and collaborating. And that's what it's all about.
That's all it's about.
And that's how I think New York can get to the top too.
Right, that's how we are gonna get to the top, by just pulling each other up and just saluting each other and just taking chances with dope other artists and just making fire like you just did, bro.
Exactly.
And I appreciate you, and I appreciate this interview. Yo, salute the boy Matt and Bowery Showroom. NYNU, New York Next Up is here. Bowery Showroom.